Well, hello and how are you? Hey, friends, welcome to this. I am your host, Shen Briscoe, coming to you live right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, you know what? Today's Monday, November the 6th, 2023. Got some Shin Show shout outs to the fans. Mary Ann Williams Briscoe, a.k.a. my mommy, Richie Humarito, Ken and Becky Tackett, and Rachel, a.k.a. Sweet Sunny Day Girl, and my Pokey pals Amanda Sue Little and Julie Rigot. There's your return post, special return posts for you now. All right. Let's jump on into that weather forecast. I tell you, it was nice out there today. For sure, my fans. It was 77 degrees today. Called for rain, called for all kinds of neat stuff, but not nary a sign of it. Now, of course, the sun's gone, well, the sun's not completely gone down, but the clouds came up. And, well, we're figuring that temperature is going to drop a little bit. Normally do. Overnight, it's going to for sure. We're going to get that coldness. Anyway, let's see. For the remainder of the day, it's going to be partly cloudy skies. Then for tonight, it's going to be partly cloudy skies. This evening, will be coming overcast overnight. Low temperatures of 55 degrees Fahrenheit with winds light and variable north at about 4 miles per hour. Yeah, they were pretty much light and variable all day. Intervals of clouds and sunshine. High temperatures of 76 degrees Fahrenheit with east to southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour for Tuesday, November the 7th. Clear skies with a few passing clouds overnight. Low temperatures of 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be south to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Wednesday, November the 8th, generally sunny skies, despite a few afternoon clouds, near record high temperatures of 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be south to southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies overnight with low temperatures of 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds north to northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then for Thursday, November the 9th, partly to mostly cloudy skies with high temperatures of 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Overcast skies overnight with low temperatures of 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be light and variable north to northwest at about 4 miles per hour. And then for Friday, November the 10th, partly cloudy skies with high temperatures of 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds northwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then clearing overnight with low temperatures of 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be light and variable out of the east at 3 miles per hour. And then for our fifth and final day of our 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area, Saturday, November the 11th. Sunny skies with high temperatures of 58 degrees Fahrenheit and winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's going to be Veterans Day. Haircut Day, Veterans Day. And mostly clear skies overnight, low temperatures of 36 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be light and variable east to southeast at 4 miles per hour. Only why we can't change up that 82 Wednesday degrees for Saturday when I'm going to venture out. Oh well, we'll do what we got to do, don't you know? It's that time of evening. Haircuts, my friend. I need another haircut. It's time to change that style. Birdie in the house. Anyway, do a little tune for you. I do a little do da 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 da. Baloo the Bear. That's what I was singing earlier today. Let's give it a shot. Song lyrics, the bare necessities. Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessity. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, old Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities to life. Whenever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. The bees are buzzing in the trees to make some honey just for me. When you look under a rock and plants and take a glance at those fancy ants, then maybe try a few. All the bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. Look for the bare necessities of simple bare necessities. Forget about your troubles and your strife. I mean the bare necessities. That's what a bear can rest at ease. Oh, and just why the bare necessities of life. Well, now, when you pick up pawpaw or a prickly pear, and you prick a raw paw, well, next time beware. Don't pick that prickly pear with the paw. When you pick that pear, use the claw. But you don't need to use the claw when you're picking a pear. The big pawpaws. Have I given you a clue, son? Go to sleep. The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. Oh man, eh, that's really living. So just try and relax. Yeah, cool it. Fall apart in the old backyard. 'Cause let me tell you something, little britches. If you act like the bees act, well, then you're working too hard. And don't spend your time looking around for something that you won't want and can't be found. When you find it out, you can live without it and go along by nothing thinking about it. And I'll tell you something true. The bare necessities of life will come to you. Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. Yeah, man. I mean the bare necessities. That's why a bear can rest at ease. With just the bare necessities of life. Yeah, with just the bare necessities of life. Yeah, man. With just the bare necessities of life. Do wah, do wah, do wah, do wah, do. Yeah. Do 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 wah, do wah, do wah, wah. Do wah, do wah, do wah, wah. Do 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 do. Let's try some other ones. We're gonna do some off of the Aladdin song lyrics, Aladdin soundtrack. Dip, 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 dip. Do wah, 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 do wah. Well, do wah, do wah, do wah. Up, 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 up. Do, 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 do. Wah, 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 wah. Do, do. That's what I was looking for. Oh, I come from a land, from a faraway place, where the caravan camels roam, where it's flat and immense, and the heat is intense. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home. Oh, Arabian Nights, like Arabian days. It's cool when it's hot, but it's hot when it's not. Arabian days. Dee-doo, wow. Oh yes, I come from a faraway place, where the caravan camels roam. When they're where they'll cut off your ear if you don't. Well, if they don't like your face, it's barbaric, but hey, it's home. When the wind's from the east and the sun's from the west, and the sands of in the glass is right. Come on down, child, stop around, hop a carpet and fly to another Arabian night. Arabian nights, like Arabian days. Most often than not, it's hotter than hot in a lot of good ways. Arabian nights, neath Arabian moons. Too often it's good, could fall and fall hard out of there on their dunes. Okay, you know what? There you go. Well, what about it? This one jump. Do 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 do. Riff raff, street rat. I don't buy that. If only they'd look closer, would they see a poor boy no serene? They'd find out there's so much more to me. Hey, not seeing it. There ain't no lyrics here. One jump ahead of the red line. One step, don't you be mine. What an all going to see. Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. Here, we'll try this one. See if we can't get there. Gotta keep one step ahead of the bread line. One swing ahead of the sword. I still only what I can afford. That's everything. Oh, one jump ahead of the lawman. That's all. And that's no joke. These guys, they don't appreciate I'm broke. Rip rant, street rant, scoundrel. Take that. Oh, just a little snack, guys. Rip him open. Take it back, guys. I can take a hint. I gotta face the facts. You're my only friend, Abu. Oh, who? Oh, it's that Aladdin. He's the bottom. He's become a one-man race and crime. I'd blame his parents, except he ain't got 'em. Gotta eat to live, gotta steal to eat. I'll tell you all about it when I've got the time. Just one jump ahead of the slow slowpoke, one skip ahead of my doom, one jump ahead of the hitman, one hit on the ahead of the flock. Oh, I think I'll take a stroll around the block. Stop thief, vandal, outcast, scoundrel. Oh, let's not be too hasty. Still, I think he's rather tasty. Gotta eat to live, gotta steal to eat. Otherwise, we'd get along. Wrong. Oh, one jump ahead of the hoofbeats. One hop ahead of the hump. One trick ahead of disaster. And they're quick, but I'm much faster. Well, here goes. Better throw in my hand and wish me happy landing. I've got to do is jump. All I've got to do is jump. Cha 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 cha. Oocha oocha oocha. One one bumpity bump bump. Ooh wop woppity doo. Wow. There was once a place. Uh, make way for the Prince Ali. Say hey, is it Prince Ali? They clear the way in the old blazer. Hey, you, let us through. It's a bright new start. Yo, come, be the first on your block to meet his eye. Make a way, here he comes. Ring the bells, bang the drums. Are you gonna love this guy? A Prince Ali, fabulous is he, Ali about love. A gun foot, show some respect, down on one knee. Now try your best to stay calm, brush up your Sunday salon. The gun and meet his spectacular contrite. Prince Ali, mighty is he, Ali the Baba, strong as tin, ordinarily men. Oh, definitely. He's facing, he faces the galloping hordes. He had 100 bad guys with swords, who sends those guns to their lords. Why, Prince Ali, Prince Ali, mighty is he, Ali Ababa. He's got 75 golden camels, purple peacocks. He's got fluffy trees. When it comes to exotic type mammals, he's got zero zoo. I'm telling you, it's a world class menagerie. Prince Ali, handsome is he, Ali Baba. That physique, how can us be weaker than these? Well, we'll get on out of the square, adjust your veil and prepare to gawk and gravel and stare at Prince Ali. There's no question this Ali alluring, never ordinary, never boring. Everything about the man just plain and great, plain impresses. He's a winner, he's a whiz, a wonder, and he's about to pull my heart asunder. And I absolutely love the way he dresses. He's got 95 white Persian monkeys. He's got monkeys, and let's see the monkeys. And to view them, he charges no fees. He's generous, so generous. He's got slaves, he's got servants and flunkies, proud to work for him. They bow to his whim, love serving him. They're just jealous with loyalty to Prince Ali. Prince Ali, amorous. Hey, wow. Boy, that's a long song. It's getting longer and longer as we go. Well, that's about it. We're gonna go ahead and move on over to. Oh, by the way, Helping Hands Thrift Shop and Closet Fair Closet had a dollar sale today. All clothing was on sale for $1, and everything in the upstairs was free. So just go on over, take a look. See, you only got about 45 minutes. I'm sorry. They close at 6 p.m. tonight, but 45 minutes for the show. Get over there, 416 South District here in St. Charles, Missouri. Helping Hands Thrift Store and Foster Care Closet and VIP Diner. So head on over, take a look, see what you can buy, see what you can find. They've got it all. Alrighty, already. We're going to go ahead and story it for the kids. How's that sound? We're going to see what we can read for the kids. Something that they enjoy. We're going to see what we can read for the kids. Something they'll enjoy. Something they'll enjoy. What do you say to the kids of today? Oh, let's enjoy a story now. What do you do? What you do? When you do what it is, it's true. We're gonna read a story for now. Alright, hey kids, it's TV Grandpa. We're gonna do Rapunzel today. So, TV Grandpa is gonna kick you off with jump up on the couch and jump up on the bed. Wherever it is you rest your sleepy little head, TV Grandpa is gonna wake you up with one little story. I say wake you up because my grandkids are just finishing off their nap. Well, there we go. There was once a man and a woman who had long in vain wished for a child. At length, the woman hoped that God was about to grant her desires. These people had a little window at the back of their house from which a splendid garden could be seen, which was full of the most beautiful flowers and herbs. It was, however, surrounded by a high wall, and no one dared to go into it because it belonged to an enchantress who had great powers and was dreaded by all the world. But one day the woman was standing by the window and looking down into the garden when she saw a bed which was planted with the most beautiful rampion. Well, and it looked so refreshing and green that she longed for it and had the greatest desire to eat some. The desire increased every day, and as she knew that she could not get any of it, she quite, quite pined away and looked pale and miserable. Then her husband was alarmed and asked, "What ails, what's ailing thee, dear wife?" "Ah," she replied, "if I can't get some of the rapunion which is in the garden behind our house to eat, I shall die." The man, who loved her very much, thought, uh, "Sooner than late thy wife will die. Then bring her some of the rapunion thyself, and let it cost thee what it will." So in the twilight of the evening he clambered down over the wall into the garden of the enchantress, hastily clutched a handful of rapunion, and took it to his wife. She at once made herself a salad of it, and ate it with much relish. She, however, liked it so much, so very much, that the next day she longed for it 3 times as much as before. If he was to have any rest, her husband must once more descend into the garden in the gloom of the evening before he let himself down again. But when he had clambered down the wall, he was terribly afraid, for he saw the enchantress standing before him. "How canst thou dare?" said she with an angry look. She said at him with an angry look, "You to descend into my garden and steal my repugnant like a thief. Thou shalt repugnant, suffer for it." "Ah," answered he, "let mercy take the place of justice. I only made up my mind to do it out of the necessity. My wife saw your repugnant from the window, and felt such a longing for it that she would have died if she had not gotten some to eat." Then the enchantress allowed her anger to be softened, and said to him, "If the case be as you sayest, I will allow thee to take away with thee as much repugnant as thou wilt. Only I make one condition. Thou must give me the child which thy wife is bringing into the world. It shall be well treated, and I will care for it like a mother." The man, in his terror, consented to everything, and when the woman was brought uh, to bed, the enchantress appeared at once, gave the child the name of Rapunzel, and took it away with her. Rapunzel grew up in the most beautiful into the most beautiful child beneath the sun, and when she was 12 years old, the enchantress shut her into a little tower which lay in the forest, and had neither stars nor doors. No, neither stairs nor doors, but quite at the top was a little window. When the enchantress wanted to go in, she placed herself beneath it and cried out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair to me." Well, Rapunzel had magnificent long hair, fine as spun gold, and when she heard the voice of the enchantress, she unfastened her braids, tassels, and wound them around one of the hooks of the window above, and then the hair fell down, and the enchantress climbed up by it. Well, after a year or two, it came to pass that the king's son rode through the forest and went by the tower. Then he heard a song which was so charming that he stood still and listened. This was Rapunzel, who in her solitude passed her time in letting her sweet voice resound. The king's son wanted to climb up to her and looked for the door of the tower, but none was to be found. He rode home, but the singing had so deeply touched his heart that every day he went out into the forest and listened to it. Once, when he was thus standing behind a tree, he saw the enchantress come there, and he heard her how she cried out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Then Rapunzel let down the braids of her hair, and the enchantress climbed up to her. Now, if that is the ladder by which one uh, mounts, I will for once try my fortune, said he, and the next day, when it began to grow dark, he went to the tower, and he cried out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Immediately the hair fell down, and the king's son climbed up it. At first Rapunzel was terribly frightened when a man, such as he, uh, as her eyes had never seen before, came to her. But the king's son began to talk to her quite like a friend, and told her that his heart had been so stirred that it had to let him have no rest, and he had been forced to see her. Then Rapunzel lost her fear, and when he asked her if she would take him for her husband, and she saw that he was young and handsome, she thought, "He will love me more than the old dame uh, Brothel does." And she said yes, and laid her hand in his. She said, "I will descend. Um, I will willingly go away with thee, but I don't know how to get down. Bring with thee a second of silk every time that you cometh, and I will weave a ladder with it. And when that is ready, I will descend, and thou wilt take me on thy horse." They agreed that until that time he should come to her every evening, for the old woman came by day. The enchantress remarked nothing of this until once Rapunzel said to her, "Tell me, Dame Gothel, how it happens that you are so much heavier for me to draw up than the young king's son. He is with me in a moment." "Ah, thou wicked child," cried the enchantress, "what do I hear thee say? I thought I had separated you from all the world, and yet thou hast deceived me." In her anger, she clutched Rapunzel's beautiful uh, tresses, wrapped them twice around her left hand, seized a pair of scissors with the right, and snip, snip, they were cut off, and the lovely braids lay on the ground. And she was so pitiless that she took poor Rapunzel into a desert where she had to live in great grief and misery. On the same day, however, that she cast out Rapunzel, the enchantress in the evening fastened the braids of hair which she had cut off to the hooks of the window, and when the king's son came and cried out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair," she let the hair down. The king's son ascended, but he did not find his dearest Rapunzel above, but the enchantress, who gazed at him with wicked and venomous looks. "Ah," she said, cried mockingly, "thou wouldst fetch thy dearest, but the beautiful bird sits no longer singing in the nest. The cat has got it, and will scratch out the eyes as well. Rapunzel is lost to thee. Thou wilt never see her any more. The king's son was beside himself with pain, and in his despair he leapt down from the tower. He escaped with his life, but the thorns into which he fell pierced his eyes. Then he wandered uh, quite blind, about the forest, ate nothing but roots and berries, and did nothing but lament and weep over the loss of his dearest wife. Thus he roamed about in misery for some years, and at length he came to the desert where Rapunzel, with the twins to which she gave birth, a boy and a girl, lived in witchlessness. He heard a voice, and it seemed so familiar to him that he went towards it. And when he approached, Rapunzel knew him and fell on his neck and wept. Two of her tears went into his eyes, and they grew clear again, and he could see with them as before. He led her to his kingdom, where he was joyfully received, and they lived for a long time afterwards, happily and content. They lived happily ever after. And so there you go. That was Rapunzel. Alrighty, kiddos, it's TV Grandpa. Now we're going to do the Daily Bread portion of the program. The Daily Bread portion of the program is going to be brought to you today by the Bible with Briscoe 2023. The Bible with Briscoe 2023 is the daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2023 will be what? What happened? There. Will be Jeremiah 37 through 39 and Hebrews 3. So there you have it. Today, November the 6th, we're going to be reading this Persistent Pizza is the devotion in the daily bread portion of the program. And today's script and insights will be Galatians 6, 2 through 10. So here we go. Galatians 6, 2 through 10. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. If anyone thinks that there are something when they are not, they deceive themselves. Each one should test their own actions. Then they can take pride in themselves alone, without comparing themselves to someone else. For each one should carry their own load. Nevertheless, the one who receives instruction in the word should share all good things with their instructor. Do not be deceived. Commanded, God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. Whoever sows to please their flesh, from the flesh will reap destruction. And whoever sows to please the Spirit, from the Spirit will reap eternal life. So let us not become weary in doing good, for the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers. And so there you have it. That was Galatians 6 through 12. And that's the daily bread portion of the program that was brought to you today by the Bible with Briscoe 2023. A daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Alrighty, my friends. Hey, that looks like it. That looks like all. We're out. We're going to say, oh, goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So, goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Do. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. This here has been Shen Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning into the Shen Show, and as always, you know, God loves you and so do I. So come back and see us again tomorrow as well. By golly, we'll be here, and we hope that you are too. Bye bye.